Hi everybody, welcome back to another balloon tutorial. Today we're going to be twisting a thing 1 or thing 2 from the Dr. Seuss books. There it is right there. I had done one before, but the hands and the feet were like together and didn't really convey like any movement. But I think this one does it really nicely, especially when you wear it as a hat. As you can tell like this, now he's doing like kind of like a little yoga pose. And so I want to share that with you right now. There we go. Let's talk about the balloons we're going to use to do that. So these are the balloons we're going to use right here. You can see I have a blue for the hair, white for the face. We have both of our red balloons here. That's going to be for our body. And then we have a black, and that's going to be for the hat portion. Let's look at the black is almost filled up all the way, but we're not going to use all of it. The red, so you can see that I have a little bit of a tail on the end there, about 3 fingers or so. Nah, I was gonna say you probably get close to the end, but you'll probably be okay. There isn't a whole lot of twisting when it comes to this though, which is nice. It's pretty easy. What I mean by not a lot of twisting, I'm talking about not too many pinch twists, because it seems like those are what will eat up our air sometimes. And in this case, it's just gonna be the neck area where we really do a pinch twist. So let's go ahead and let's start twisting, huh? What I do with my videos is I will bring the sound down and I will do voiceover while we do the twisting, in case this is your first time here. That way we minimize the squeaking and maximize the teaching. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's bring the sound down. Let's start twisting. Here we go.
We're going to go ahead and create our hat base for this, and it's just going to be one large loop, and we're going to need to use the black balloon for that. You can see right now the way I'm going to start it, actually I got to put all those balloons away. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it around there. There we go. And you see I'm just going to create 2 bubbles there, basically. And I just want to measure it, make sure it's good. Okay, and just passing one through. That way we don't lose it. Break off our excess, get rid of any bits. And then if you have your cutter, which I failed to mention, but I usually have it with me, I will use that to trim down my balloons. Make sure they're nice and tidy, nice and good looking. There we go. If you have a little bit of a tail left over when you're doing your balloons, no big deal. And so all it is, I found the other side there, and I'm just going to split it. There we go, because later I'm going to put one of the feet in there. Okay, so now we're ready to go to the red. We're going to work on the body of our thing. Okay, and so it's about, I would say about 10 fingers for those arms. I wanted them to have a little bit of length. Okay, so don't be too conservative during this part. And so I just rolled a segment there, and now I rolled 2 bubbles because I'm going to do my pinch twist. And I'm going to grab both those together and twist them at the same time. There we go. Alright. And then I definitely see that I'm giving the balloon a squeeze. So to make sure that it's nice and soft the whole time working. And so now that we got that ready to go, we can go ahead and move on to the torso section. And that's again about 10 fingers, works out pretty good. And I'm going to make sure to run one of the balloons through there. That way we can lock it, because you definitely don't want your work coming undone. That'll be so sad. Let me go back up here and run one of those arms through there and adjust those pinch twists a little bit. Make sure they're good. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can just look at our leg and our arm and decide how long do you want it to be. In this case, I'm having the leg be just a tad bit longer than the arm. And you see I made that loop for the foot, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it through that second segment. Not where the bubbles are, but just that segmented piece. Just wrap it around and make sure you don't lose it. And then I'm just measuring the other leg, make sure they're more or less the same size. And I forgot, I almost forgot to put a bend in the knee, but I definitely want to do that. So I'm just going to do a pinch twist and then one more loop just to match the other foot. And the loop's about 3 fingers wide, in case you wondered about what size. But if you've been to any of my videos, you notice that I generally try to follow the same dimensions for the most part. Okay, I'm just going to put that foot up in the air. Okay, now we can go back to the other one that's already attached. And what's nice is you probably could, like if you play around this more, you can see like different places where you can, attach it and have it do different things. There we go. And we just wrapped it around there. Make sure we don't lose it and give that arm some shape. And actually, what happened is that knot wasn't tied really tight, and it actually rolled a little bit, and it gave a little more length on that balloon, which is kind of nice. It's never a bad thing. And this one, you can choose to pinch twist if you want. I wasn't too hung up about it, so what I'm going to do is I just did a little bubble there and left the tail on it, and I'm going to go ahead and just trim that down there. So it just looks nice and clean. So you like I said, you could put a pinch twist there, but I didn't find it necessary. You have bubbles on the other side too, so there we go. Now we can work on the thing's head. And they have, this big afro type hair, and that could be a little bit challenging at times with balloons. And how can we overcome that? Well, in this case, I'm just going to try to fill that space. So I just tied the two together, and I'm going to go right to the sides of the head. So it's about 4 fingers wide for that blue bubble. You're going to do 2 of them. And then what you'll do is you'll get the face out of that as well. And the face is about 3 to 4. Even if you do 4, it'll be okay as well. Okay. And then we're just keeping the blue and the white together the whole time. And I'm going to go ahead and create the top portion of the hair. And then once we do that, we're going to start to come back down the side. There we go. Okay. And so once we've done that, you can see I had left a tail on the white balloon. That means I could definitely come back down, and I can twist into that, and it's going to make it really easy for me to manage that balloon when it comes down there. There we go. And so now we just left with our blue to come back down the side, and then we can twist in where the white balloon ended up. There we go. So we're just mirroring what we did on the other side. Pretty easy to do. Okay. So once that's done, and you know what, I added a few extra twists in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do, if you have ever been to, I had a cross tutorial that I had done this right here. Those segments are a distance away from each other, but when you twist them, you know, all that friction will hold them in place. And what it'll do, it's actually going to do 2 things. It'll hold them in place, and also what it does is it squashes the face area, and it ends up looking really nice. And so that's all I was saying, that if you did it too long, and you felt like it was too long, it'll squash it down a little bit, and so it'll kind of tighten it up. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to break off any excess pieces, and just making sure I'm tying up any loose ends, because you don't want to do all that hard work creating the face and the hair and then lose it because you didn't tie something. So if anything in this whole balloon, I would say this is probably going to be the toughest segment to do, but even that is not so bad in the grand scheme. So there it is, and I'm going to go ahead and trim off a little bit. There we go, and I'll keep those other 2 just to make sure we wrap them around. So we're just aiming for the pinch twist that we made. And you could easily create this structure, you know, ahead of time with the head on it, and then stick it onto the hat. But it's, you know, it's definitely at your discretion. You choose what you would like to do. And so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and tuck the tails in there. Make sure the head is adjusted in between the 2 pinch twists, and that will bring it to the end, and we'll go ahead and go over our artwork. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. Stick around for the artwork.
Alright, so there it is with the twisting. Let's go over the artwork really quick, and then we will be out of here. So it's not very hard to do. You can put on the thing 1 or thing 2 on the chest, but in this case I'm just going to draw the face on, and I'm just going to do it really basic. Let me bring up the other one really quick. Let me go down here just for a second. There you go. Oops, got stuck in my pump there. So you can see there's the face right there. Let me hold up there for a second so you can actually see it. There we go. And then I'll draw it for you real quick. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, so we got the little nose. Little round nose there. It's just a little oval. Okay. And we can do our eyes from there. And I'm just doing the outside of the eyes, like the shape of the eyes. There we go. And then we'll do our little eyelashes on there. Okay. And then let's go ahead and add our... Bring that up. Close that a little bit. There you go. There goes one of the eyes. Okay. And let's do the other eye. There you go. And then the smile. And I'm just going to do a half smile. And then go ahead and have the mouth open there. So you see I kind of did that. Had the mouth open. And then we'll do a line underneath it just so we can create that little little lip area. There we go. So like I said, if you want to draw or write, excuse me, thing 1, you'll be good to go. There it is right there. All set. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you learned something that you can use with other characters, right? And then before I leave, I'm definitely going to invite you to sign up to support this channel by visiting my Patreon page. That's patreon.com/jlomagic. And don't forget to rate share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so, because I'm trying to upload stuff on a regular basis, definitely. Okay, just getting back into the swing of things and making sure that we got balloons, you know, fun balloon tutorials coming out like all the time. Okay, I'm aiming for every Monday, but if you've noticed, if you've been following my channel, I've had a few bonus episodes over the last week, including this one today too, because I had another one before this, but I couldn't help myself because Dr. Sue's birthday is just around the corner. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Happy twisting. Bye.